Garlinghouse and Alderati meet with Trump. We also got a big SEC Ripple deadline coming up here. Strategic assets, they're adding alts to the books. We're going to talk XRP price at the end, along with South Korea.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
And look at those three studs in the photo. That's a hell of a lot of Italian suits and Corinthian leather going on. But before we get into the juicy news, that's not juicy. Your comments come first. That's right. You, the viewer, matter most. Igtastic says regulatory clarity can only exist in an environment where federal agencies don't get to decide how to enforce the existing rules or make up new ones on the spot. Agreed. Genzer always said he was the cop on the beat, regulation by enforcement. January 20th can't come soon enough. I concur, my good man. Jabo says Canada's dollar is going to drop because of no government and sitting in no PM. No confidence up there, ripe for the picking, and you can bet that China is pulling to grab crypto as their own economy is suffering. I see a surge before mid-year. Good for all. Let them dump. I will still buy more. Love in the comments. KMNYC says, bitch, better have my money. Word. Meanwhile, the chicks are saying, don't say you're coming at me with 7 inches and only show up with 5, right, ladies? Bitcoin sitting at 95,611. ETH is 3362. There's a lot of red up on the screen. This is not fun to do this morning. XRP, we're going to talk price at the end, 232. Big date, by the way, with the SEC coming up. And I'm not talking about a big date where the SEC decides to go down. I'm talking about an appeal deadline. XLM at 42 cents, while the meme is down big time as well. Sol under 200. By the way, speaking of Canada, here's the Canadian dollar strength to the US dollar. So, January 30th of 2012, it was 1-to-1. It is right now for every 1 US dollar, you get 70 cents Canadian. So I totally know what the Canadians are talking about with the erosion of the strength of their currency. Hopefully Canada makes a good pick and turns things around. Bhutan adopts Bitcoin, ETH, and BNB as a reserve asset. Can't make this shit up. Because guess what? As always, any article you see in this video and all my other ones will be linked where, everyone? In my pants? No, in the description down below. Maybe I'm not wearing pants. This move positions GMC as one of the first jurisdictions globally to officially adopt cryptos as part of its financial strategy. Bhutan pioneers crypto-based strategic reserve. The official announcement highlighted the SAR's commitment to economic resilience through the inclusion of digital assets. The inclusion of digital assets in GMT strategic reserves will enhance the SAR's economic resilience and reflect the evolution of jurisdiction involvement in Bitcoin mining. GMC aims to become the Hong Kong of South Asia. I'm sharing this because check out what they picked. BTC, ETH, and BNB. Wow, kind of an odd choice there with the BNB, but I gotta be honest with you. BNB was not always this high price-wise. In fact, BNB was battered for a ton of the times where you could get some low price. All right, let's swing it on over to the BNB chart and take a look at maybe why they'd be getting into it. Check it out. Up until 2020, BNB was $42 and now $700. In fact, not that long ago, about a year ago and change, it was at $200. So these players are definitely looking for the multiplier. South Korea now plans to allow corporate firms to invest in crypto. I'm telling you, this is happening in waves because each country is at a different point with their regs. So it's not like all at once the switch is going to be flipped. There's going to be players over here that get into crypto, and then maybe a week or two over here, these players are going to get in, and then a few months later, these players are going to get in. Currently, companies in South Korea face strict rules when it comes to investing in crypto, including limitations on opening real name accounts. Okay. The FSC claims to change this by starting with nonprofits. According to the FSC director, Kwande Young, there is a pressing need to establish clear listing standards and enforce rules of conduct. The FSC is also working to ensure that only trustworthy businesses can take part in the crypto market. Plans include checks and shareholder eligibility and blah, 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 blah. Basically, South Korea is like, look, we want to allow more of our players to get into crypto. We're going to do it in a very cautious approach. So not everyone's going to ape in right away. Some of these players are going to take time. Pro XRP lawyer John Deaton claims the SEC played dirty in the lawsuit against Ripple. Oh, yes, you need to hear this. This is what Deaton said, and then we're going to get into more XRP Ripple news. I got your backs covered. Deaton says, I love America. warts and all. I think about the turnaround events for an entire industry in just 2 years. No CEO or company represents that turnaround more than Garlinghouse, Ripple, and Alderati. Not only was Ripple unfairly sued, Garlinghouse was individually sued in a non-fraud case. That was messed up. Anyone familiar with Ripple litigation I am knows the SEC played dirty, pushing ethical limits. This is a pretty lengthy tweet. You're welcome to read it. I'll actually read a sentence right here so that you don't have to read it in case you don't want your naughty ears to hurt. Naughty language warning. Garlinghouse responded with a proper fuck off to the SEC and proceeded to fight back every step of the way and won. I bring this up because Coinbase yesterday won the right to the interlocutory appeal. Yeah. Because they're like, yo, the rules are changing. The SEC has unfairly gone after us. Let's stop the case immediately and let's appeal. So you're seeing a lot of players out there bashing the SEC and the big changes. Ooh, look at these studs. Like I said, Corinthian leather, Italian suits. I smell silk in the air, everyone. Ripple's SEC case appeal approaches critical deadline. Ooh. According to an update, the SEC has been ordered by the Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit Court to file its opening appeal brief no later than January 15th. Hey, that ain't that far away. They also noted the failure to meet this deadline will result in dismissal of the appeal. On August 7, 2024, Taurus ruled that Ripple should pay $125 as penalty, which was way lower than what the SEC asked for. They asked for almost $2 billion. While many in the crypto world believe the SEC would accept this ruling, the regulator formally initiated its appeal in early October. The SEC filed a notice of appeal and later submitted a Form C outlining the issues. The SEC's decision to challenge these aspects of the ruling drew significant attention from crypto. The regulator's rationale has come under more scrutiny now as things have been changing. So guess what? January 15th deadline. Will they continue with the appeal or will they let it go? Oh, it's happening pretty soon, about a week from now. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse shares a photo with Trump and Alderati. Ooh, I like this. Talking about the timing of the meeting, what this means for them. There's a lot of speculation. We haven't gotten any specifics regards to the meeting, but there's a lot of speculation about, hey, does this mean that they're going to be given the golden pass to finally, like, say, SEC, go screw yourself? Does this mean that Ripple and XRP strategic reserve asset? Does this mean Trump wants to get into alts? Well, we're going to find out, but look at the photo of these three. Pretty cool. Kind of dig this stuff. Anyways, let's get to XRP price. Okay. Volume is up 100%. 9.26 billion, which means what? Exchanges are making a lot of money. Remember, exchanges make the money whether they're buying the dips or tips. As long as you're trading, they're making money. So volume is up big time. Let's take a look at those candlesticks and see what they say. The 15-minute tells us what? We've got plenty of support here at 226 and change, but we could not hold the move to breach 238 as this candlestick here got us to 237.7. The big move happened yesterday while I was recording the morning video, and we're still waiting to claw our way. But when you zoom out, you're like, dude, we're still plenty cool at this. Why? Because the New Year's rally, we're still in the green from that. That New Year's rally had us starting off at right around $2 XRP. So we're still a good 15% above on that. Now, no, we're not at the 245s, but that's okay. You've got a deadline coming up with the SEC in a week. You've got CPI data, which could be good, bad, or neutral for crypto, depending on what the data says. You've got the 20th, right? We know what's happening then. You've got Gary resigning. You also have Rostin Benham from the CFTC resigning. And what about all those snob gobblers and wang suckers out there? They were like, oh, Rostin Benham's going to be good for crypto. He wasn't good for crypto at all. He was a fucking loser that didn't do shit. Seriously, Rostin Benham, all he wanted was as much money as possible for the CFTC. We watched him in those congressional hearings. What a scumbag. So either way, we got new leadership. We should know by the time Trump's in office further clarification on what's happening with the case. XRP price still holding strong until then. Volume is still holding strong until then. Other things are happening in the world where alts are getting picked as strategic reserve assets. XRP pro lawyers are saying the SEC is playing dirty. The Coinbase thing with the SEC got granted that interlocutory appeal. All of these things are helping out Ripple, XRP, and all of you that hold XRP. And I've already seen the stupid posts on Twitter and the dumb shit videos on YouTube in regards to, Oh, Trump's meeting with XRP, $1,000 XRP. Shut the fuck up, you losers. But the meeting is a good sign because hopefully this means that Trump is like, yo, Brad, Stewart, we're going to make sure that y'all don't have to deal with the SEC anymore. I'm going to take care of it once I get into office. And as soon as we get details, I'll share it with you. But right now, everything you're hearing on all the other channels out there in the news is all speculation because no one knows what happened in the meeting. And in less than a week, we're going to see what the SEC's hand is in regards to filing that appeal with the Second Circuit Court. Will they let it go? It's possible. If they do, that'd be great for us. Now, Bhutan going with BNB as a strategic reserve asset, I get it. BNB's been making some big money moves here, floating around 200, now at around 700, so 3x and change right there. So I get it. But what other governments, companies, countries, and states are going to be adopting the alt as strategic reserve assets? What do we need? We need more clarity with the SEC for the rest of the world to feel comfortable that they can get into it. So you don't miss out, hit the notification bell because there's going to be a lot of news breaking here in the next several weeks. XRP price, hey, still happy with it, well above 220. Do we wish it was 240? Of course. Do you wish you had 8 inches instead of 3? Of course, but that's just life. Can I dunk a basketball? No, but I can shoot from the outside. Choo-choo, bitches.